To North Carolina, where an officer was killed in a supermarket shootout. The suspect leading police on a high-speed chase.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
Authorities in Greensboro, North Carolina, mourning the death of an officer and father just 2 days before Christmas.
We want to honor the life and service of Officer Michael Horan, who was killed in the line of duty this morning.
Officer Michael Horan, a 6-year veteran of the force, was responding to a report of a man walking the aisles of this Food Lion grocery store with a pistol in his pocket just before 11 a.m. when shots rang out.
Gunshots inside the Food Lion. Everyone is exiting the business.
Our Greensboro station speaking with Food Lion employees who were just across the street when the shots were fired.
So it was just like a shock, and it's just pretty scary, honestly.
We're family.
Yeah, so my biggest fear was that my people were all okay, and of course all the other customers as well.
The suspect fled the scene, making it about 150 miles before police caught up with him after a high-speed chase. Chopper video shows this Cadillac SUV surrounded by police with all the doors open.
Thanks to the help of multiple partners, the offender is in custody and there is no threat to the public.
Horan's fellow officers yesterday paying tribute to a man they called an example of what an officer should be.
He was an excellent officer. He had an outstanding reputation inside the department and in the community. We ask that you please keep his family, friends, and fellow officers in your thoughts and prayers.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Every time I think about it, I get sick to my stomach. I haven't slept in days, barely ate, barely bathe. I homeschool my kids. I can't even teach them.
A lot of raw emotion tonight as 4 children are pushing through the pain, hoping to save lives. Court documents show that their mother is a victim of a murder-suicide in Kendale.
And support organizations for survivors of domestic violence say that unfortunately this is the time of year when incidents like this will increase and in some cases become even more severe.
Yeah, and that was Kennedale, by the way. Marvin Hurst with Bernice's Pritchard's attempt to try to break free.
The Pritchard family took every pleasure in planning a themed evening at home to honor their mother, Bernice. According to the family, the 61-year-old was a vibrant healthcare worker who came from Liberia at 17 and lived in Houston for 25 years.
We thought maybe it was a health issue because the prior week or week and a half or so, she had low blood pressure and she had to go to the hospital.
Her kids, Tanisha, Trisha, Leela, and Xavier, say their mom got engaged to Rick Perry last Christmas. Then she moved in with him to this senior living complex in Kennedale.
I love you guys. I want to kind of take you all in as, my stepkids, and we really honestly didn't see any warning signs in person.
Neighbors told the children there was an argument after Pritchard had worked a 12-hour shift on Thanksgiving.
There was no signs. There was no signs, at least around us.
For 2 days, her kids say they called and sent text messages to their mother. Pritchard didn't show up for work.
And she had her location on her phone, and my mom, we have her work schedule as well, and she was scheduled to go to work, and she was like, hey, I noticed her location has been at home all day.
Saturday, they called the police. Pritchard's children say they arrived to a crime scene on South New Hope Road, and police told them they'd found 2 bodies inside of a bedroom. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office determined 63-year-old Perry committed suicide. Pritchard had been shot multiple times.
Did she ever say anything to you all that indicated that she was in jeopardy at all?
She confided in me a few times. I think she knew something was going to happen. She would talk about how she wanted her funeral to be
the best birthday ever.
Happy woman becomes a victim of a spiraling relationship. Not an uncommon story at Genesis Women's Health Shelter, especially during the holiday stress, says the CEO.
The tricky part about it is, Marvin, though, is that we can't see it coming. These guys don't come on as monsters. They come on as gentlemen.
Jan Langbein says leaving can be coordinated with a professional because the exit is dangerous.
Women who are leaving or in the process of leaving, or he suspects that she might leave, are in 7 times greater danger of being killed at that moment. That's why shelters have to operate in a secret location.
Pritchard's family says 8 months after coming to this apartment, she had planned to leave.
They said that they found the door barricaded and a suitcase full of her clothes by the door.
Police have not returned our phone calls about this investigation. In the meantime, a family endures grief and tries to overcome a holiday nightmare.
I don't know how to process. I don't know how to process this. It's like I'm in a dream. She didn't deserve that. Anyone who's being abused, you have to leave. Even if it means leaving everything. Material things don't mean anything, and your life is more important. Just leave.
In Kennedale, Marvin Hurst, CBS News, Texas.
Crazy. Can't sleep. I barely ate. I cry every night.
It all started last Saturday around 4:30 p.m. at the Haverstock Hills Apartments when a neighbor alerted their family that 36-year-old Larry Duncan had been shot. His wife rushing to his side just a few buildings over.
I ain't have no shoes on, no jacket, and I ran down there where he was at. I was on the ground where he was, holding his hand.
Was he still conscious?
He was dead already.
Morgan says she has no idea who would have wanted to hurt her husband. Together, she says they have 6 children between the ages of 4 to 17 who are now trying to process that they will not be able to spend the holidays with their father, who neighbors called endearingly as Bear.
Like, if you ask for the shirt on his body, he'll give it to you. If you ask for money, he'll give it to you. He was a big cuddly teddy bear.
With breaking news, a body was found in the back of a Houston police car, and tonight HPD says that person may have been there for days. That car was parked along North Chenevert Street. That's right next to Highway 59 downtown. Orko Manna joins us live from Houston Police Headquarters. Orko.
Well, Marcelina, police tell me that the body of a man was found inside that patrol car around 2:30 this afternoon, and they believe he may have been in there for up to 3 days. The patrol unit was parked in the lot of the Houston Recovery Center. Tonight, Houston police saying an officer with their mental health division went to his car to start his shift and found the man in the back seat. Police say they're looking for surveillance video to see where he may have come from, as well as when and how he got into the car. HPD also tells us tonight that they believe the man was homeless and may have been trying to get shelter from the weather. The man's identity and his cause of death will be released by the medical examiner's office. Now, we asked HPD if there was any sort of alarm in the car that would have alerted police that someone was in there. We were told there was not. Reporting live from Houston Police Headquarters tonight, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
Orko, thanks so much for that live report.
Deadly 12 hours on Houston area roadways. 5 people were killed in 3 different crashes this scene in Northeast Harris County. 1 person died in a 3-car wreck on a Atascocita road just west of Wilson Road. No word yet on what caused that crash or the conditions of the other people involved. And Houston police investigating 2 more deadly accidents overnight in which 4 people were killed. In both of these crashes, investigators say that the motorists were driving under the influence. Devon Roming joins us from off of I-45 with what else authorities are saying. Devon.
The North Freeway is back open after being closed for nearly 6 hours this morning as investigators work to process the scene of a deadly head-on collision. The morning commute brought to a standstill along the North Freeway after Houston police say a man in his 30s who was behind the wheel of this overturned red car ended up on the wrong side of the highway, driving right into oncoming traffic.
Possibly he was impaired at the time of the crash. He killed somebody that was heading home from work.
Both drivers were pronounced dead at the scene. This all happening just before 3 o'clock Thursday morning on the North Freeway heading inbound near the I-10 interchange in Quitman Street. But it's unclear where the driver of the red car entered the freeway.
That's still a part of the investigation that we have to do when we're off scene.
While this tragedy was unfolding here along the North Freeway, across town in the River Oaks neighborhood,
investigating a fatal crash in the 2100 block of Kirby Drive.
After police say the driver of this Lexus lost control of the SUV, slamming into a tree, killing the driver and one of 2 passengers. Police found an empty liquor bottle in the SUV at the time of the crash.
3 males in their 20s.
Police say these tragedies are an unfortunate reality for this time of the year, with 1 in every 3 accidents involving a drunk driver.
It's a little more tragic during the holidays when you have something like this happen that could have been avoided. So.
And then what would your message be to folks who are out on the roads right now?
Just be careful. Driving late, try to stay out of the left lane. Protect themselves from wrong way drivers. If you see anybody drinking too much, or even if they appear to be sleepy, maybe just be that extra voice to say, hey, I don't think you should drive tonight.
Police are urging people to think twice before drinking and driving this holiday season, and they're encouraging people to take advantage of rideshare options if you do plan on being out and celebrating the holidays with friends and family. In Houston, Devon Rahming, KHOU 11 News.